And he's appeared. I think I have appeared. Have I appeared? I hope I have appeared. Hello. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Did you like my countdown? I figured out how to. I heard that that's what pro streamers do, and like I'm clearly so pro, so I thought, you know, why not give that a go and see how that works. We're here to take down Gym Jams, indeed we are. Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope you're all doing well. I know, I'm very professional. I thought, you know, I try and up my game, see what happens, see what else is, you know. I don't know if I can do that on every stream, but you know, as in like up my game every time. But I'll try. I'll try my best. How are we feeling? How are we sounding? I've repositioned my mic a little bit. Do I sound audible? Let's see. I can put this down a little bit, maybe. Sounds good. All right. All right. How are we doing? Things happening in the world, but we're still here. We're still playing games. We're still having fun, right? And you know, I thought like today also I'm gonna, you know, this all happened really quickly. These streaming things. I gotta be honest. The first time I did this, was it like a week ago? I thought, you know, there might be like 3 or 4 of you or 5 of you, and there were a lot more. And now there's even more of you. And a week ago today, it's my week-iversary, isn't it? My week-iversary. So glad to have you too, Nawaria. And I'm still figuring out how to do all of this, really, you know. So I'm really happy that so many of you are here on this new journey that I'm taking, and you know, exploring the investigations of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And as this has grown like so, you know, like bigly and from my own standards, I've also, you know, had a really nice chat with like a few mods, which is Elcarlin22 and Kitchen Jokum and Taisa, who's not here today. Kitchen is also not here today, and my brain, and Noodle Valley, obviously, Noodle Valley, and Noodle Valley, of course, Noodle. You're right there, Noodle. Sorry, I'm nervous. Forgive me. Are you Am I buffering? Buffering. Nope. As in not buffering, or just in the brain. Okay. Oh God, clever. Okay, thank you. But I thought also the other thing that pro streamers do is see, you're messing with my brain there. I'm so gullible. I believe all of you, you know. But I also, the thing that pro streamers do is they always, like, you know, they come up with a few rules. I know rules are boring, you know, but it's good to just have them there, and then we're like all on the same page, you know. And so I'm gonna just, on this stream, I'm gonna just read them out, you know, and then we're all on the same page. And my hero mods, you know, that you guys are all gonna, I know you guys are all gonna treat them well, because you know you all just have enthusiasm, and I love your enthusiasm. And so I'm gonna just, so you know, read them out, you know, because I want everybody on this stream, on this chat, to feel, you know, nice and safe and comfortable, and you know, and in order to do that, I thought it's good to have a few ground rules, and they are just that we're nice to each other and respectful, you know, and this is all very obvious, but we don't want any racism or sexism, ableism, LGBTQIA plus phobia, because, you know, we love all people of all genders, and you know, and no other hate speech or any violence or something. It's all really obvious, but I just got to state it, you know. And I also set what is a cooldown, which I've been told is the thing. So like there's a cooldown of 5 seconds, just so that we don't spam the chat too much. You know, I know we can get excited and we want to say a lot of things, but I really want to see also what lots of you have to say. And sometimes if you get too excited and you write a lot of things, then I don't see what other people are saying. So I thought that'd be a good idea. So I just did that. And then the other thing is no self-promotion or advertising. I mean, like, you're no bots, so you wouldn't do that anyway. But it's also good to just have that written down. And then the next thing that I've written is no politics. Oh, sorry, we clipped you a little bit with the mic, didn't we? Oh, dear. No politics, because it's just not the place for it. We're inundated with it all the time, everywhere around us. And we just don't want to get into that right here, because we're just here to get away from all of that and just have a little bit of fun. And then the last thing, like I said before, I've played some of this before, but I don't remember much of it. So please don't spoil it for me and for other people that may not have played it before. And sometimes I get stuck, and then I might ask you to like help me out a little bit, but generally, like, just let me figure it out and go on that journey. So just thought I'll just lay that out and tell you guys, and then we can how far did I get? I got to, what did it say? I had my save game there. I think chapter 5 it said, which is fairly far, but it is like 3 years. I don't know how many chapters are in the first game. I don't really know. But I literally, like, I didn't, because it was like 3 years ago and something, and so I'm still, I think there's like with some of the cases, with some I remembered some. Is that the last case? So I made it to the last case of the first game. Is that right? But it feels like I'm playing it again, and sometimes some things are coming back to me, and some I don't remember. But anyway, I thought I'll just tell you all about that. But yeah, I think I'm ready to continue the journey, and see what happens. So here we go. How's the? This is like, my mic is like a lot closer now, and I don't want it to clip. I'll just have to be careful not to be too loud, I think. Otherwise, you can turn me down. Thank you, L. Carlin22, for pinning the comment and all that. And thank you for all the other mods as well. And all of yous. So, let's continue our adventure. We're gonna continue episode 1. Oh, your dog is beautiful, Mischief. Beautiful, beautiful dog. I'd love to have a little puppy here as well, but unfortunately that's not possible. Anyway, we're back to our judge. Right, what's the last thing we had? We had a new bottle that was like, we had a bottle that was put into our evidence court record. That's what it's called. Okay. So, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on? Ooh, that's not a good start, is it? From which you drank on the day. Oh no, from which you drank. I should finish the sentence, shouldn't I? From which you drank on the day of the victim's death. There we go. I got there in the end, didn't I? Oh, I didn't go to the next. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Pro streamer moment. Transition. Whoa. I did a transition? Yeah, I did. Whoopsie. Oh, I'm still kind of blocking the text a little bit. No, and I should make that a little bit smaller. Hold on. Pro streamer moment. Yeah. Totally killing it. Woo! It's fine. I just wanted to chill there with Jim Jams and look her in the eye and be like, yo, Jim Jams. Wait, which way is she? She's up there. Hey, Jim Jams, you just chill out, okay? None of that anti-Japan stuff. We don't like it, okay? Just chill, okay? Jeez. Anyway. Censoring it with himself. Yeah, I'm censoring her just with my face. Anyway, she goes, yes, what was her voice? Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. We haven't seen her eyes at all, have we? Very well. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. Gosh, I'm already thirsty. I haven't even started. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Suspicious, very suspicious. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. Gosh, I don't remember where we're like. Let's just press her on that. But his hand was on the searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you some... Oh, no, I couldn't go over there. Sorry? Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly... Oh, yeah, no, we did have that. We did have that. The fly on my trousers. You can't not have noticed. Wait, did he do a ding? No, he didn't. What? Ah! I'm wondering if this is... I feel like my mic might be a little bit too close to me. Let me just put it back a little bit. I'm just going to put it a little further. Just up here. Didn't lose anything, right? No, still here. Good. Haha, what fun! You hadn't realized. The dear lady is absolutely right. As your friend, you've embarrassed me, as well as yourself, Ryunosuke. Why didn't you tell me? Oh. Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing? She's so rude. Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can. Well, I can't. Anyway. Okay, we did have that bit already, didn't we? Yeah, cousin was... I'm not mad. I don't want him to tell me how he's disappointed. It hurts my feelings. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. Wait, did we want to examine the court record? What was the... Here it was. The court record. What's with the carbonated water the victim and Miss Brett shared on the day of the murder? It was on the victim's table. Yeah, we gotta find some shit on here. Okay. The label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to France and ask. Are you inviting me on a holiday? I mean, you could just say that you don't know. Go to France and ask. That's rude, isn't it? Go to France and ask. Wait, is there something at the bottom? Wait, what else is here? So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryunosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Don't drink the evidence. That's what they teach you in law school, right? Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke. In more ways than one. Silly boys. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You've gone all quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. Don't consume. Since I found out about it. Yeah, introverts, thank you so much for joining for the first time. We're happy to have new people. Thank you. I'm having a fine day. I went to the theater earlier. Imagine that. I actually saw Poirot, and which inspired me to twirl my mustache like that. I don't know if you can. It still needs to be a little bit longer. Not quite there yet, but maybe I'll get there soon. Anyway, what else is here? Wait. So he's thinking that there might be something in the water? So we only look to the left. It feels like it should all flow out now, shouldn't it? Okay, no, we just did this. Ah! Skip, 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 skip. Okay, we've got that back. You know, as I'm getting older, my memory just keeps getting worse. When the waiter, as far as I've heard... Oh, this is how you can go left and right. You can just kind of go left and right. Interesting. Ooh, more new people. Galewind Valley. Oh, Noodle, we got another valley. Galewind Valley, first time here as well. Nice to have more valleys. We can have all the valleys. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possibility of death besides the gunshot. Could it? Yes. Maybe because he has this idea now? Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Only one valley. But there can only be one Noodle, clearly. Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hammer. See, because there's something in the water, maybe, isn't there? Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to... Oh, I skipped before I read it. And as there were no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death, it can only have been from the bullet from your gun. But it doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had cooled even... Then he must... Ooh, new first time chat as well. Oh, Jackass, how you doing, buddy? Everybody, this is Jackass who worked basically with me on Black Myth Wukong, even though we never met while we did it. But that's the voice of Jubaji. Yay! Can I? Do I have to be affiliate for that? How do I do that? Jack. Wait, do I have to type something? It should just work. Jack. Is that a command? What do I type? Do I type like VIP or something? Okay. Sorry to give all the attention to you now. Jack as voice? Did I type this right? Jack as a... Are you a VIP now, Jack? Maybe you're doing something else, but that's okay. You're a VIP now. Oh wait, did I do it? Is that VIP? Yeah, you're a VIP. That's okay. Jack played a lot of Ace Attorney games, he said. So, but anyway, we are continuing on this journey now. Must have been dead at this point. And yet, the fact is that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Until you're able to show the court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time. I concur. Prosecutor Ouchie is right. Which, did I press if there's some other one can be taken? Wait, can we just present the bottle? Present? Yes. He does say yes. What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order! 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 And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Bread. It was you. Bread. Giselle. This is outrageous. Jim Jams. This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile. Have you ever considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty? Silly. This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth. If I may, I will silence you forever for this. Shut up! Ooh. It is you who should be silent. Of course. Oh, my head, dear lady. Where did that come from? She just snapped? I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring?
I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Ooh, Mossy Moth. Better late than never, and happy to have you. Of course. You did.
Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? No, excuse me. I strive for a flawless investigation every time.
I don't believe it.
Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No. I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours. Oh, he's such a suck-up, isn't he? I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned.
Thank you, Counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything.
Everything? No.
As the prosecution have asserted, a shot from the chest of this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
My facial hair. Ooh, yes. I've just been growing out my mustache so that I can become a mustache-twirling villain. That's what I just get bored of my facial hair, and I just kind of change it. I change it. One day I shall just shave it, and then I'll be a different person, and you'll be like, who's that?
The accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
I'm done for.
The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett.
Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceedings, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further evidence? Do you have a new evidence to present to the court at this point? And the judge is having some difficulties, isn't he?
Kazuma? Kazuma, help me. I am sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving. No, this can't be it. Whoa! Please, wait. Isn't that... Ooh, how do I make a good Susato?
What is the meaning of this?
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba. My darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in a furushiki cloth. To be continued? Maybe this is what I should have played until last time, and this would have been a good place to stop.
Oh well. Subtle foreshadowing, eh? Indeed. Save. Yes. Okay. The greatest judicial assistant in the world, indeed. So Mikoto back. Yeah, I like that. Mikoto back, yeah.
Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress into my courtroom?
Judicial assistant? And a woman. See, he's not abiding by my channel rules, is he? Is he? Look, Ouchie, I set out some clear guidelines. No sexism, okay? So you just chill. Chill. Rude. The rules state that females... Oh, it's against the law. Are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Gosh. Old school Japan was a bit... old school, wasn't it?
Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been... I keep forgetting the fan, don't I? Keep forgetting the fan. Oh, this trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But Your Excellency...
I am most grateful.
Never forget the fans. I shall remember it now. No, I just realized I'm going to make this bigger. It's easier to see the chat if I make it bigger.
Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something written in English. It's Giselle Brett's research. The Englishwoman's. After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
Are they siblings? Baroque's wife? I didn't... Is that what they are? Or is it just secret siblings?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh no, of course not. I feel like I'm basically just doing, in my voice register, Kazuma and Ryunosuke and Susato.
Oh no, of course not.
Special characteristics of what is this? Curare and its effect on human subjects. Interesting. Is it curare? Is that like a thing? Curare? What's that? Curare? What's that? I've never heard of it before. Time's up! It's South American. I didn't know that. So is it curare? Curare? The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser to the courtroom. So, are there female witnesses allowed? Why are there female witnesses allowed? He's like so, like, Ouchie is like so, what is the word? Like, to the English woman, he's like, oh my god, English woman. And then Susato comes in, and he's all like, anti-her. I don't like that. No, we don't need to delete Ouchie. We're just gonna beat him. We're gonna win against him. That's what matters, right? There was too little time for me to read it in detail. But I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful. Thank you, Susato-san. Giselle's report has been entered into the court record. Goodbye then, and good luck. Thank you, Susato. So nice. Very weird creature, yeah, I think that's accurate. Internalized imperialism with a touch of simping. Oh dear. It's good character study.
You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
Okay, let's read a little. Wait, what else does it say in here? Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. There, you're right. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects: instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Route of entry: the above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first. A solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of or the patients would die of suffocation. Does solution mean water in this case? I'm not sure. So, can I not just present this? I can't present this quite yet. Okay, not yet.
You've had enough. Okay. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present? I presume not, but...
I do have evidence. The prosecution has made this case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Anything that I can fan myself with? No, not really.
Yes, okay. Show evidence. Wait, what? What happened? Why can't I? What's happening?
Okay. Nothing more to add. Ryunosuke, we are out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency. The defense does have new evidence.
We do, don't we? That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior.
He's looking me straight in the eye, isn't he?
Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I have to politely decline.
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However...
We're not... No haters in our chat, are we?
I must ask you to treat that as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. Hey, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
My apologies. Dear lady. So, counsel.
Okay, we're all good. It's all peace and love, guys. What is this new evidence? We have this new evidence. Yes. No one's in trouble. All good. Okay. Miss Giselle Brett. Chisel? I still don't know how to do it. We understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. Dun dun dun. What?
Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel?
A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. What? What complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it. Oh gosh, I'm without you there. I haven't heard it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of curare before one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Ooh. Why? Because there is no test available that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What?
Order! 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 Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist?
According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European... Oh, that's Kazuma. Doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett? Yeah, you object, Algie. Trumpery? To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed.
That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector?
Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used.
Explain yourself, counsel!
The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed.
But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death.
It is a brutal way to die, isn't it? The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. That is really hideous. I think there are other lines voices, and there's scenes as well and stuff. But to the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, its final moments would be a living hell. God, that sounds awful. That's really dark, isn't it? That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison. God. It sounds deadly.
And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison?
This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may. All these facts you think are so clever. Ooh. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Ouch, my head, dear lady. All right. Jim Jams. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Ha! Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excusez-moi, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett?
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Well, yes, I don't see, why not?
Don't get too big for your boots, you... I'm not gonna do her slurs. I don't like it. Sorry. To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish court romantics, it's laughable, really. Yes, thank you, very weird creature. That's true. UK is also an island. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers. Wait, what are you doing? Maybe she has an anti-poison. Antidote.
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Ah, komatta na.
Okay. Oh. Did we lose sound? No, it's still there. It's just everybody's speechless, I guess.
Goodness. Whatever's the matter? They all look quite stunned.
So, no curare. The bottle was clean, is that what you're saying?
You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grant, and you're most kind.
We thought we had her, didn't we? Damn it. Grrr!
Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brent.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. Oh God, he turned into Kermit the Frog. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given.
This doesn't make any sense. There had just been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she
swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale?
I don't understand it. Well,
I suppose, if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. Ooh. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water. Does it contain poison? I'm confused. She drank it, so it can't have had poison. So maybe the poison was somewhere else? Maybe it's the glass. Ah! It's the glass that has the poison, maybe? Because she put it in her bag. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now. Sometimes, your unadulterated naivete really astounds me, but sometimes it's in need of a good staining, until it's as dark as your uniform and the ways of the world. Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent?
That was a...
Oh, so I didn't do that correctly? Guileless ending to a promising line of inquiry for which you will be penalized. Oh. Okay, so I kind of didn't do that right. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. I thought she might have hid the glass in the bag because the poison was in the glass. So I guess there is poison in there. Okay.
Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw.
Miss Brett drinking the water from it. Okay. What else does it say in that thing about it? Poison made from the bark of certain trees. The hunters of the region use it since danger incapacitate their prey. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Routes of entry. The buff mentioned physically the poison enters the body through a wound such as inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a... So if you drink it, it doesn't kill you. Is that what this means? Is that what that means? I think that's what that means. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. Compilation can be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence. It has to be. It has to be that thing that I just read, right? Very well. If the insurance says his claim, then I must ask you with evidence. So it's got to be in here. Oh wait, I just present this. Oopsie. Present.
Yes!
Yeah. The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report. No?
After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. 소연의 일본英語は話せない. This impudent scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, Counsel. Which section of the report reveal?
So is it special practical applications? It's written right here on a practical application, I think. Oh, really? Go on. Well, think about it. You want to know how the poison can be drunk without it taking effect. That's a practical application of the poison's use as a drink, maybe?
You'll have to do better than that.
Oh, did I fuck it up again? Oh, excuse me. I shudder to think I thought this was correct. Oh god, I'm losing. But isn't that what that was? Practical. I guess it's this one. The above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. So then it must be the second one. I thought it was this one. I guess it's special characteristics then. No, I keep losing. I thought I'd know it. Read it properly. Thanks for the concise advice. Something that explains how the injury could have taken care of with no ill effects. I'd better reread her research paper and see if I can spot anything.
You don't have any more of a clue about that English tome than I do. It's completely intractable.
I concur. This report is too extensive.
Yeah, okay, we just did that, didn't we? Well, then it's got to be the special characteristics. I hope? We've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. He seems more confident now. Right? And it's left me curious about something.
Oh, Counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters, this is so intricate, isn't it, wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, Counsel. No, that would be madness.
But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says, the poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense.
Yes,
The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret when it's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics, and you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling rapscallion! Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer? Objection! Oh, don't interrupt us, Ouchie! Oh, this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't like agreeing with Jim Jams, but so the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with, some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid the knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric succus, what are they? Oh yeah, isn't the problem, if it hasn't hurt her, then it wouldn't hurt Dr. Wilson either. So if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Ah, damn it.
Ah, we're going in circles. Good gracious.
It's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
God, order! Order in court, order! If the logic holds, if the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way.
I'm trying. Are you trying to suggest?
Yes, this curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you would understand something as simple as that.
What? Oh, I like this speech. What is this? Welling up inside me. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Ha! Objection! I did record that speech also, right? That was part of like the extra lines, I think, or something. I recorded it, but it doesn't appear in the game. Ooh, melt Sirum. First chat, thank you. Hello, oh my god, so many first time chat. Crisantemo. How many of you are in here? There's so many. Oh my god, I don't even know how to look at that. But that's amazing. So that speech I have voiced in I think it's somewhere in like the extras or something like that. We can listen to it later. And see if I nailed it just like back 4 years ago. I don't think so, Miss Jesely Brett. Giselle. Let's just call her Giselle. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare? Of course! Because of the medical report! He's had dental work, and he had wounds in his mouth!
Take that! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners.
A fatal difference?
The toxic effects of the curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile. What? What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Well, what's she doing? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip.
I feel like purposely dropping evidence and breaking it is almost like an admission of guilt, isn't it? And that doesn't seem... what is it? Accident locking Wilson and knocking his tooth out so that she... Maybe there's a whole conspiracy around this, is there? Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed.
No!
A blunder? That wasn't a blunder.
Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once.
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. Beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. It's unbelievable. She should be arrested. Officer, warden, whatever he was called, bailiff. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me, so of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No,
You killed the victim that day, using curare, and then in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man.
I don't like her.
Hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Judge,
Judge just said his own name. Judge just said judge.
This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yes? Kazuma? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So, think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color.
Oh. Whoa, that's like some high-tech technology. That's like from Black Mirror or something, man. Like color in a photo in the retrospect. Jeez. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Yeah, sure, there's a clue. It's got to be a clue. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe the smug smile of that English woman's face with some evidence. All right, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere, the clue that should... Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious now, isn't it? Now that it's all colored in. But that's not going to be in the picture, is it? Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this.
Yes. What is it?
He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Wait a minute. Ooh, she's on it.
Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of the steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. Jazalalululi Brett. I beg your pardon? This is beyond a ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Yeah, you hold it. Hold it right there.
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? What do you mean? Yes, I took the plate in the interests of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating.
The sergeant?
And I did it all in the name of justice. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now.
We come round to Hosonaga, didn't we?
In the name of justice.
Inspector! The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir. He has a soba allergy. And a family that owns soba shop.
Is that canon? Is that actually canon? That sounds crazy. Sorry for the delay. A soba allergy, is that a real thing? Oh, but soba is so delicious. I would hate to be allergic to that. Here is what you ordered. The steak.
Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector, the blood man, show the court!
Gosh, Judge getting a little impatient, is he? Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. I mean, I don't know how long ago this was, but I don't know if the steak would still be looking good. And also, why does it have bite marks? Did he eat the steak just biting it? Like just a fork and then no blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's... Yeah, he just picked it up like a sandwich. In a fancy steak in a fancy restaurant.
I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate.
No, I know who'll eat it. Jim Jams will eat it. Just a little bread. Because she destroys evidence, doesn't she? She's a evidence destroyer.
What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the...
Stop being racist. Jesus.
I couldn't agree with...
Why are you... In the case of this disgrace to the Empire, why are you indulging her in her racism, man? Like, no. When we won't have it. Also, why have we not had any balloons today? I don't understand. Or have we had balloons? I don't think we've had balloons, have we? How do I actually... Hold on, I want to exit this. Hold on. No balloons, right? Anyway. Yeah, I still don't... Was this it? Is this how the balloons came? Ah! Balloons! Oh, maybe we need to save them for... Was there a point where the balloons came all over the screen? I'm still confused about that. But anyway. Balloons!
I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
No, we haven't. They were over the whole screen, right? So I don't know what's different. That's very confusing. I don't understand. Anyway, let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch, but I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If this sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna examine the steak. What's the plate I saw? Or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? Hold on. What's different about this steak? Okay, we're gonna look at this. Ah! Huh? What in the world is this? It's a Corbine coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoi era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait. Did you say it was a Hoi Corbine? Yes. And apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. No, this isn't the first time, because that old dude, he looked for a coin, didn't he? You have one of those? You have a Koban coin from the Hoi era? Or am I just reading without a paddle? Am I reading you completely out of context? I have a really old coin. Hold on, should I get out my really old coin? Where is it? Maybe. Okay, I'll get out my really old coin next time. I have a really old coin, what is it? 2 Zen coin, I think, from Japan. That's like 130 years old or something. And it's very sweet because my grandfather gave it to me, and it's like the only thing I own that my grandfather gave me. I don't think it's worth a lot in terms of like money, but it's very precious to me. So. Anyway, I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means I'll bring my coin next time. Next time, I bring coin and I bring fan. That's what's gonna happen next time. Mental note. I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoi era too. It would make it. I'm like 12 years old or something. I'm childish. And it's from the Hoi era too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look. What are you thinking of eating? No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. I'm sorry, I'm terrible, everyone. I'm awful. No, but the next time I order... See, that's the problem with live streaming. Your immediate reaction. It's just... Oh my god, Kitchen! Hey, Kitchen! Everyone say hi to Kitchen. Balloons! Balloons? Is this working? Balloons! Ah, damn it! No, it doesn't want to do it this time. Maybe it's a cooldown. Was it this? No, I don't understand. I don't understand how any of it works. Technology is very confusing. Welcome, Kitchen! You're here for the coin. But the next time what is it? Okay. There was no innuendo that you've missed. None whatsoever. None. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and pay underneath for a prize. Why? Why? That is not on me, is it? This is not on me. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A Korban coin underneath this steak. There's only one logical explanation. Oh dear. Okay, what's the explanation? And what's in the Hold on. Did we just... I certainly never expect to find a precious coin underneath... Oh wait, we just did this. Oh no. We don't need to go over it again. No. No, we already did this. We don't need this again. Okay, so I'm confused though what Okay, so we've done the steak, we've done the coin. What now? This is it now. I've lost. Hold on. So this must be the plate of that old dude, right? I think. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Those are wise words from Kazuma right there. Keep looking forward. Never give up. Believe in myself? Really? Yes, really, Ryunosuke. Maybe I should have... I just examined it.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection?
That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Oh, yeah, of course. There's another clue. Of course. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary problems. Procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding to. Missing a 2. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found?
Well, it's underneath there. There it is. Well, what? It's a Korban coin. Yeah. But we just did this. It doesn't know that we already did this. Okay. Okay. So, this is my evidence. Present! Genya!
Good gracious, that's...
Korban? What on earth? A Hohe-era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Ah.
What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is irrelevant. A coin underneath the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei koban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency.
Yes, Counsel?
A rare Hoei koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak if this turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll give up my lawyer job right now. I don't think he's a lawyer yet, is he? By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. He's a lawyer in the sense of the game. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing underneath that steak.
The owner?
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. I know. The owner of the coin, that was the old dude, this guy.
Boom!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Curio Korekuta-san. Cutie means cucumber. What's that his name? Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, this ridiculous. No, we are not parroting your racism, Miss Jezali Jimdams.
Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier along the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei-era koban, my prized coin.
Then this Hoei-era koban. Do you mean to tell me?
No, please. Why would Korekuta-san's koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense. Yes. Which is why I'm asking to bring Korekuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here without a moment's delay.
I can't believe we come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch. A strong hunch. That if we chase down the real significance of this koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. I think so too. I think we're getting there.
What's this all about? Why I've been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Idor? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Oh, exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say.
He's like a Yoda, isn't he?
Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korekura-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memories...
That's... yes, that's it. The one, the very exact one that is. The resplendent, splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day.
It can't be!
As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. That's very specific, isn't it?
Sandwiched. Soaking. Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
So somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing?
Oh, very confusing. Excuse me? Could I say something?
Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
I mentioned this early on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely. What does it mean when it gets orange? Is that just like to remind us that that's like important or something? It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. Emphasis. It's just emphasis. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. It's just emphasis. That sounds good. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hit Korekura-san's koban is all too clear.
What?
What?
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us. Who is the despicable...
I mean, obviously it's not going to be Susato. Could it be? I mean, do we have any evidence for that? I just have to say who it is now? Could it be him? How would I know? That is confusing now. Oh god, am I gonna die? I'm just... Do I even have any... I don't have any evidence. I'm just gonna say it's her. Because we don't like her. Yes, it seems a likely candidate for... No, come on, Ryunosuke. Huh? You shocked me because... Not as much as you shocked me. So no one could have approached the table unnoticed, even if you're a crazy fool. You couldn't have missed that. So then it must be the waiter. I'm not sure you should be calling Korekura-san a
crazy fool, Kazuma. It's you I was calling the crazy fool. Oh, fuck, man. So who could it be? How would I know? I don't understand. So the stake is there. Oh, I'll if I don't want to die, I'll save. Okay, but what happens if you die? Do you just... It wouldn't get you back to, like, the beginning... What happens if you, like, die? Do you go back to, like, the beginning of the case or something? Oh, last save. Oh, God. Then, yeah, I definitely should save. Because I don't want to... Jesus. I don't want to go, like, all the way. So, okay, save here. Okay. Maybe I'm on the wrong track here. But how do I... I mean, the waiter can always go back to the table unnoticed. But he's the one investigating it. So they would... Sergeant? I mean, he was, like, underneath the table. Is Dr. Wilson also a criminal? I'm not pretending. I genuinely do not remember. My computer explodes? Don't. I only just bought it. I don't want it to get kaput. I've heard the... I don't believe I can have heard you again. Let me hear your opinion on this matter correct. How am I supposed to know this? Why am I just supposed to guess this? Wait, what is this? History? Ah, I can go back. Okay, let me do this. The attendant who's still on... Okay. Yes, I took on the job of waiter in restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. Especially with so many foreigners being affected. Okay, Lacan is a high-class man. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. The reason there's been a run of similarly executed thefts. Targeting the rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police by wicked crimes. You wanted to nip the case in the bud, especially with so many foreigners being... So that's why you were sent in undercover. Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. Seems likely that it's the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. What? Tell us. There's more hints in the evidence? Okay. Hold on. Wait, how do I get back to the... Oh, wait, no, I can't get back... How do I get to the evidence from here? I can't. Oh, I can't get back to the evidence from here. I just have to select somebody, do I? I mean... Could it be the army sergeant? I mean, it really can only be Dr. Wilson or the army sergeant. There isn't that many. Okay. We're just gonna go with army sergeant.
Take that!
Sergeant Iesa, yes sir, no sir.
What? How dare you? How dare you, you monster? Monster?
I stole that coupon, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You are seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet?
But it wasn't me. It was Aido! Aido is the mastermind behind all this!
What? You would punish the blame for your crimes up to your own son? An innocent little baby?
It's you who's the monster. Sergeant Nossa.
What if the baby jumped off now and is like, hey, who you calling a baby, eh? I'm a real grown-up, yo. I'm just small.
Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity 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 clop. Yeah!
Oh, dear.
Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Yesanasa preparing to stand down under the Supreme Court, sir.
Okay. I think Colin, I think you get the vibe of the game if you already guessed it correctly.
Do any of you know of the extraordinary low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living. Yes.
All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why he was stealing things at the restaurant. The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork, even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin in my pocket without any trouble at all. Huh? A very veritable phantom thief, you are. I was all set to leave the steak. I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang. Yes, the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I'd ought too. So I hit the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. This is just ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time? Well, Miss Brett.
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Oh, my head. May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency?
Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
That's a lot of assumptions, isn't it? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it?
Well,
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness has been unanswered, I see no further justification for detaining her.
Why? No, she's guilty. Is she really leaving now? And good day.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming.
You literally was like, huh? Huh? oh no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words that got me thinking. Balloons? Ah, I wish it. Oh, it did work! I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. Balloons! Ah, sorry, Pocky Addict. Is that Pocky Addict as in like Pocky the... Wait, that's Japanese snacks, isn't it? Pocky. They're delicious. Anyway, I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over. Okay. Hold it! Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection! What new student nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat, the sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, I feel like it's this one, isn't it? Because I don't feel Dr. Wilson would have eaten a steak like that. It's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. That did kind of like stick in my head as well, right? Yes, Yeah, because it's her steak. It's her steak, isn't it? It's her steak. She wouldn't... She's talking down to the steak, but it's her own steak. See, we saw the Might Bite marks earlier.
I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contrary, where is the evidence to prove it?
Oh, hold on also. We haven't actually... Wait, no. Is this the same steak? Maybe it is the same steak. Wait. Evidence to prove it. Wait, what's the evidence? I'm very confused. Is it not the... Huh? Wait, history. What did she say? Hiding a coin under the sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. Pure madness. I mean... What? It's all very confusing. She was eating the steak, wasn't she? But I mean, there is a knife and fork at the table. And clearly the knife... Here we go. It's a dirty knife and a dirty fork. So...
Take that!
Right?
The photographic print of a scene taken immediately after the incident occurred.
What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table.
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Noticed what exactly, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. See, we saw this. We saw this immediately, didn't we? As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Oh. We shall win, Miss Giselle Brett. You have no chance against us.
It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. Mustache. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. What do you want now?
But what is your actual point? Whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now.
Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Of course, of course. It will all be over in a jiffy. Rest assured, I am about to...
I've heard enough. You irritating little
Nope, nope, we're not doing it.
Oh, my head. Of course, dear lady.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. This is the only reason. The only reason is so that I can do this. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the blood stain I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. Oh my god, are we getting to the end of this case?
I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes. I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase.
How can you be so sure?
Oh my god, thank you, Lily from Piccadilly. Lily from Piccadilly, I like that name. I'm glad you like it.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. I'm liking it too. I'm really enjoying it. This is like a new thing I'm doing now, but it's fun.
If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been? What?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet...
Oh, thank you, I'm your magician. I'm glad you like it.
Anyway, we're getting to the end of the course. I'm getting all distracted. But just because it hasn't been shown yet doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom.
Oh god. This is going to be difficult for me to solve.
If that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial.
Oh god, who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? What evidence? What person? Here's this.
Oh, God. Does he have more evidence? Is it underneath the swan? I don't... Fuck, I'm gonna need to save again. Oh, God. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Who possesses the conclusive evidence? I'm thinking. I'm really thinking. Who has power to hold evidence? Wait, does this guy have evidence? I'm just gonna go with him. Maybe that's wrong? Oh, he's disappointed. Oh, did we die now? Oh no. Oh no. There's one person video who's provided us with various pieces of evidence already. If plenty of just point to the right answer. This is the last act in this trial, and you have sent to stage. Okay, I don't want to die. I thought maybe Ouchie is like hiding stuff from us. Okay. He's been working with us all along, so it can't be him. I mean... Does she have evidence? But... I mean... She should have a gun or something. Is it just that... Isn't necessary... Who has been providing a lot of evidence this whole trial? Okay, so I'm gonna just take your hint and go with the crime scene guy. Even though this is very leading here, but I feel like I need the help right now because we don't want to die. So I'm just gonna go with the thief. Did I fuck it? Counsel? Oh no, it's wrong. Okay, we died. Okay, fine. I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna load because I just died. Wait, this is it, right? Yes. Okay. Oopsie. Well, we're going through all of them now, so it must be her, right? It must be her. She has evidence there. Oh my god, I'm just going through all of them. This is really embarrassing. I feel terrible. I'm not as good as a lawyer as this other, as Ryunosuke. Who's provided with pieces of evidence? I'm not gonna look at you guys now, cause I've already. Who possesses the conclusive reveal? I mean, would it be Wilson? Oh, then it's him. He's provided us with lots of evidence, so it's gotta be him. Oh my god. Yes, I know. I guess it is obvious, but I'm too stupid. Getting it after like 4 times, that doesn't mean you get it, but it's fine. It's fine. We're here for the story. We're here for the vibes, innit? The answer is obvious. It's so, hey, I feel like he's like kind of making fun of me here. It's like I'm making fun of myself, but that's okay. I can laugh about myself, so that's fine. What? I have it? Yes.
You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. Soba!
No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks.
Yes?
Now, early this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the courtroom the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Korekuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? What's the steak that you put the coin under? In fact, your own steak.
Attention! Affirmative. Of course, I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still.
I am a pro streamer. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I am not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the steak that the evidence submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal. But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Sure, you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched his two steaks over?
We can do it. Come on. We're going to power through. We're going to power through. We can do this.
You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, then... When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hit the coin underneath it. But then, when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off the kitchen, I seized my chance.
Oh, gosh. Brutal.
With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Ball. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform that is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
I know I'm breaking my punctuality rule, but we're getting so close to it, aren't we?
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Hosonaga? Yes?
Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. Let's find the blood!
Wait, I need... Point! Oh, wait. Hey, Emma. I need my finger in there.
Whee! The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot! What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Huh. No, you're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady.
I beg your pardon?
She's exploding, isn't she? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promised to prove such a problem for you? No? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers? I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you are eating from, Miss Brett.
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Yes, sir. There's the blood! There's the blood! Sorry for keeping you. Here's the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. The blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look! Yes. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Gisela Brett. It's you. Yeah. I need a wider angle, don't I? Yeah, she's not coming back from this. Outdone? Yeah, by a Japanese. What are you going to say? By a Japanese schoolboy even. There you go. There you go. Oh, is she going to fly out of the courtroom now? Literally. She's going to fly away. Oh dear. Oh my god. And this is the day racism died. Exactly. It's all over. Oh, so she's just flying to heaven now?
What is happening? I don't know. I genuinely do not even remember this. This is crazy.
Well, she just returned. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency. What, so she's just admitting to murder now? It was I who took the professor's life, using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor to take one slip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor was always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag. And my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Yeah, and the whole time they were saying she can't have it under her skin. Exactly, idiot.
So I was right. There were 2 guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the Professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor, placed where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, as you bent down to pick it up, that's when you shot the Professor with your own gun, even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused the commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the Professor and his chair around.
Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot at Wilson from where he picked up the gun.
Alright, is she going to prison now?
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. She murdered someone. She is awful, isn't she? She's just awful. Your Excellency,
Yes.
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. Wait, what? And she just disappears?
Wow.
It would seem this trial has finally run its course.
Yay!
Noodle is like, what's going on?
I presume the prosecution is in agreement.
This can't be. Taketsuchi Aochi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student.
Well, I bet you better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
Yes?
This insult to the Aochi family will never be forgotten.
Ooh, small murder, whoopsie. You've become conceited with age council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Ooh, sweet.
Damn. Did he just cut his bun? That is,
Oh, you missed the British woman ascending to heaven.
sorry, Eric. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Aochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Hi, thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world, but the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation, and new procedures of justice, and new future of law awaits. But what will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. Kazuma Asogi,
Yes.
after this trial you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget, to fulfill the mission. What did it say? To fulfill the mission imposed upon you.
I understand, Your Excellency. What was that all about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Never mind.
Yeah, don't tell me, no spoilers.
As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo,
Yes?
in you I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay.
It is time to deliver the final verdict. Verdict time! I hereby define the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Not guilty! Yes! Sakura coming down from the skies! We did it! We won! We are not going to prison for a crime we didn't commit!
The court is now adjourned.
Great. I'm gonna save it right there, because that's beautiful. I'm gonna save it. Save. Whoo! We ran over by 16 minutes, but that's okay. That's okay. I think it was worth it. It was worth it. So we managed to do our first case. What do we think of the lighting, by the way? I changed it around a little bit. I thought, hold on, I'm gonna make myself big again. Wow. It's different. I also changed the settings on my camera because I realized that I can change some settings. Large mark, pro lighting, pro streamer. But yeah, I thought I'll just play around with it. Glad to hear it. This was really fun. That's really fun. I hope you guys had fun too. There's so many of you, many new people also, and new first time things and everything. So yeah, pretty fun. I'm still figuring out like kind of how much I kind of go back to the chat and go back to this because there's so much text. And kind of like how to, maybe we can do like some votes on which decisions to make or something like that. But then at the same time, like a lot of you, I think like probably know it. How many of you watching don't know the game at all? We can run polls. How many of you watching do not know like where the game goes? We don't have to do a poll, but in the shadows, but I'm watching Nintendo Gloucestershire. I'm not. Kitchen doesn't know what's going on. Sorry, that was a really loud laugh in the microphone. Probably. I have to like set this up maybe a little bit different also. So a lot of people probably know what's going on. You can do polls on Twitch. Your dog doesn't know the game. That's great. But because like if there's some people who haven't played it, then they can like kind of like guess along with me or something. But if you already know it, then it's different, you know. You've just finished the first game last week. Ooh, so maybe I'll just have to catch up with you then, unless you're gonna play ahead. How do I say that? Faith-Iris? You played it in 2021. I think that's kind of when I played it as well. But I like I said, like I don't. It's only some of the things that are coming to me. I'm really bad at all the pronunciations, aren't I? Akamiflos. You watched lots of people play it. There's so many details also, right? So it's kind of like difficult to remember all of it. I feel like there's some adventures I used to play, like Monkey Island or something, where did people here play Monkey Island? Do like Mia does and give surnames? What do you mean, give surnames? We played The Escapades in extra content. I don't really know. I don't know Escapades. Wait, what's it? I got silence for a second because I refreshed, but I finished the game once and I will play it again a second time. Yeah, it's I thought that if I play it again that like it would go a lot quicker because I just remember everything, but I'm genuinely having, you saw me struggle.
There's escapades extra in the extra contents. Would it be in here? So I just saved, didn't I? I think I just saved. Let me just save again just to be sure. The escapades. They're pretty short. So is that like just is that extra is that wait, where is that? Is that here? Back to title. Do I have to go back to title? Johan, Froggy, I like that. I've already saved this. Do I need to save it again? Okay, let's just save it again. Escapades. Spoilers for the future. No, okay, so we don't want to do spoilers now. But I guess so you can play those when you've kind of played it through. Is it under special contents? Oh, there's escapades. But we don't need to do them now. But where's the... You know there was like somewhere the extra voice lines. Where do I find those? Yeah, I wanted to listen to that. Where is that? Is that under auditorium? Oh, there we go. Voice recitals. I'm sure. Hold it. Your testimony inconsistency.
I will become a lawyer. I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Oh, wait. But there was more, wasn't there?
Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes, there's a clear inconsistency here. Your testimony completely contradicts the
Your testimony completely contradicts the
I'm
facts.
sure everyone knows by now who it is.
But that... Oh, for some reason that line is not in here. I thought it was in here.
Objection!
Oh, we haven't gone to him yet. I thought it was in here somewhere. Oh, oops. So isn't it this? Ah. Oh no, this is just music. Ah. Oh, it is other miscellany? Oh my god, there's so many things in here. But I don't want spoilers. No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know where it is. Go to the right and scroll all the way down. Is that where it was? Under instrumentals? Partners? No, it's not here. I don't know. No spoilers. No spoilers. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe we're calling it a day. We're calling it a night. But this was really fun. Thank you all for coming. I'm gonna have to rest my voice. I don't have to do any voice work tomorrow, so it's okay. It's okay. But this is quite a training, isn't it? It's morning for you without a paddle. Gosh, where are you then? Are you like in West? Oh, are you like in Australia? Without a paddle. It's been my pleasure. Australia, oh my god, amazing, you're tuning in from Australia, love it. Thank you so much, everyone, and Kitchen and Noodle and El Carlin, and Taisa is probably not in here, because I think she said she's working, yeah. Thank you, mods, thank you everyone for joining in. I'm really, honestly, really moved and overwhelmed. There's so many of you always coming to tune in. It's, yeah, it's really fun. So I'm gonna do another one on Sunday, I think, and I was also thinking of just putting in a Wukong one at some point, and I don't know if you guys would also be interested in watching me play that. Just kind of for fun. I might do it like on short notice and just kind of maybe I was thinking maybe Saturday I might have some time. You beat it, yeah, Kitchen. You can backseat for me for that one, because for that one I think I would just need help. But I haven't made a clear plan for it yet, so I'll put it up on all the Twitter and the schedule on Twitch and all these things, and you know, and then I'll play that a little bit as well, maybe. Mark Streamer era, that's right. Although I do have a fair bit of work coming up as well, so I'll just have to see when everything fits together. But yeah, been really fun. Thank you everyone for coming and checking it out, and we're gonna do the pro streamer thing of just disappearing into nothingness, because that's what happens, right? Goodbye. Bye, everyone. My voice is still here, but I'm saying bye. Bye.